Assalamualaikum and hello everyone, especially to Madam Sharifah Fazira, my lecturer for the subject MGT544, Organizational Behavior and Leadership. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Farah Izzaty Binti Azman and I am from the group BA243 The topic that I want to talk about is from chapter 3, which is perception and individual decision making. What is perception? So perception is a process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impression to give meaning to their environment. Ideally, decision making would be an objective process, but the way individuals make decisions and the quality of their choices are largely influenced by their perceptions. It may be simpler than I realize to my day-to-day experiences because how I perceive the environment and anything in it directly influence my thought, actions, and behavior. Moreover, when we see others in daily life, we usually notice that they make poor decisions and commit mistakes as a result of incorrect perception processes. This must be avoided. People tend to follow a number of shortcut methods when observing other people and making judgment of their activities. So here are the common shortcuts in judging others. The first one is selective perception. It is a tendency to observe people selectively and accordingly interpret based on their interests, background, experience, and attitudes. In general, we tend to notice things which are similar to us. The simplest way of avoiding hasty and wrong decisions being made due to selective perception is to seek other people's perceptions of reality in the same situation in order to make a better assessment of the situation. The next common shortcut in judging others is halo effect. It is tendency to draw a general overall impression about an individual based on single striking characteristic. For example, if a person speaks English fluently, we tend to assume that the person is very knowledgeable, intelligent, smart, and clever. The halo effect will confuse our perception and prevent us from actually detecting the trait that is being judged, whether it is positive or negative. Other than that, the contrast effect is also a shortcut in judging people. It is a tendency to evaluate a person's characteristics by just comparing them with other people who happen as quite similar higher or lower position on the same characteristic. For instance, while comparing the presentation of students, a good presentation made by one student just before you will probably make you feel that you will not be as good as you probably are. In general, a person will be evaluated in isolation. Last but not least, stereotyping. It is tendency to judge people based on the perception of the group to which they belong. We tend to attribute favorable and unfavorable characteristics to the individual based upon widely held generalization about the groups. Next, from chapter 3, I learned that perception is an important meditating cognitive process. The pitfall listed just now can be minimized by enhancing perceptual skills by casually putting effort in following activities which are focus on goals, look for information that disconfirm your belief, don't try to create meaning out of random events, and increase the options. In the last word, whether behavior is internally caused by nature of the person or is externally caused by circumstances is an important attribution that people make about the behavior of others. We should make an effort to have a positive attitude and should not let our personal biases crop in and hinder the perceptual powers. Next, I will continue with the next chapter, which is chapter 6, communication. Through communication, people are able to connect with others, share experience, thought, wants, and needs, as well as build relationships and memory that value much. In organizational behavior, we define communication as transfer and understanding of meaning, the process by which information is transmitted and understood between two or more people. For example, the communication that is usually used in daily life, such as speaking on the phone, whether we are call a friend or a taxi. We are engaging in interpersonal communication. Tone of voice is as important as words when we are talking with someone verbally. Same as giving a presentation, this sharing of information in a formal setting is another form of interpersonal communication. This function of communication shown has included management. Communication acts to manage member behavior in several ways: feedback, emotional sharing, persuasion, and the final function of communication is information exchange to facilitate decision making. Human communication is one of the most important aspects of life. It is a development strategy that works well for both persons and organizations. In the organizations, effective leadership styles and communication skills go hand in hand. Lack of communication skills can make team members feel uncomfortable and unenthusiastic about their work, while good communication skills help a team work together to achieve the desired goals. In your daily life, good communication skills can improve your personal relationships by helping you understand others and to be understood. Oral communication can be a speech, a one-on-one meeting, or a group discussion. Written communication includes newsletter, memos, email, instant messaging, and anything that you want to type or write. And nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication includes all of those things that are not spoken but definitely transmit part of the message, including facial expression, touch, eye contact, and appearance. Communication skills may take a lifetime to master. Well-developed communication skills are essential for the child's academic success and successful future career. At all levels of education, students should be able to communicate effectively. From this chapter, there are many things that you can do fairly easily to improve your communication skills and ensure that you are able to transmit and receive information effectively. In my last word is never too late to work on your communication skills. By doing so, you may well find that you improve your quality of life. Alright, so I think that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.